Anti-government protests in Belarus show no sign of abating following the controversial presidential election in the country. The opposition rejected the outcome, which gave incumbent President Alexander Lukashenko his sixth term in office. The opposition has accused the government of rigging the vote. The demonstrators are calling for a new election, demanding that Lukashenko stand down. Lukashenko's main rival, Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, who moved to Lithuania after the election, claimed that she had documents to prove that the voting was rigged. She has called for a full recount of the vote. The Belarusian president rejected all calls for a new election coming from abroad and has denounced the protesters as troublemakers, trying to oust him in a foreign orchestrated campaign. Lukashenko said in a speech that Belarus will cease to exist as a country if authorities concede to demands for a new election. He said calls for a renewed vote is coming from the leadership of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. He expressed concern about the US-led NATO military drills taking place in neighboring Poland and Lithuania, describing them as a military buildup. Lukashenko says NATO's tanks and planes have been deployed 15 minutes from the Belarusian border. European Union Foreign Policy Chief Joseph Borrell said the bloc does not accept the election result in Minsk. He said that work has begun on sanctioning those responsible for what he called violence and falsification of the vote. Borrell's comments came after a conference call between 27 EU foreign ministers where they reiterated the accusations that the Belarus election was rigged. On Thursday, Russia said outside forces are clearly attempting to destabilize neighboring Belarus. Russia's foreign ministry spokeswoman, Maria Zakharova, said Moscow has noticed unprecedented pressure being exerted by foreign partners on the Belarusian authorities, adding that Russia is closely monitoring the situation in Belarus.
The real question is, what are the politics behind this? This was clearly a well-planned effort to challenge the results when they came in. And as Mr. Lukashenko has claimed, and I don't think anybody's really going to dispute this, that there's going to be substantial foreign support for this to build into what they call a color revolution, as we've seen in many other countries.
The European Union and the United States have long accused Lukashenko of human rights violations because of his close ties with Russia. The EU has used those allegations to impose sanctions on the now 65-year-old, but removed them in 2016. But it now appears that Brussels and Washington are taking the post-election events in Belarus and the country's measures to contain riots as a unique opportunity to bring fresh accusations against Belarus.